Good morning, dear students. Welcome you all in today's history class. Today, we will continue the story of Delhi Sultanate, a story of an Islamic empire based in Delhi. In today's class, you will learn stories of rulers of Lodi dynasty, the last dynasty of Delhi Sultanate. Before I start Lodi dynasty, I want to share learning outcomes with you. At the end of today's class, you will be able to state the religious policy of Sikandar Lodi towards the Hindus. Means, being a Muslim, Sikandar Lodi did not like Hinduism. So he followed different policy for Hindus. At the end of today's class, you will be able to state Sikandar Lodi's religious policy toward the Hindus. You will be able to describe the factors responsible for the downfall of Lodi dynasty. Means Lodi dynasty was the last dynasty of Delhi Sultanate, and Babur, he founded Mughal Empire in India after defeating Ibrahim Lodi in the Battle of Panipat. Now, the Battle of Panipat was not a single cause for the end of Lodi dynasty. There were so many other factors also. So at the end of today's class, you will be able to describe those factors responsible for the downfall of Lodi dynasty in your own words. You will also be able to write the main features of administration during the Sultanate period. Means how the administration of Delhi Sultanate was run. You will be able to write its main features. So let us revise first whatever we have done earlier. Dear students, we have studied about three dynasties of Delhi Sultanate: Slave dynasty, Khalji dynasty, and Tughlaq dynasty. We have also studied the contribution of rulers of these dynasties. In previous class, we studied the projects started by Muhammad bin Tughlaq, which ended in an utter failure. Then we studied about the steps taken by Firoz Tughlaq to redress the grievances of the people. And then we studied that with the death of Nasiruddin Tughlaq, the last ruler of Tughlaq dynasty, the Sultanate got divided into many small kingdoms. And later on, Khizr Khan occupied those places and founded Sayyid dynasty. In 1451 CE, Behlol Lodi attacked and captured the areas under Sayyid dynasty. This way, rule by 5th dynasty means Lodi dynasty began. Okay. So now we will continue with Lodi dynasty. Dear students, Lodi dynasty was founded by Behlol Lodi. He was an able ruler and competent general. To please his nobles, he declared that he was one amongst them. He did not rule like a sultan, but he ruled like a feudal lord. Means he ruled like a samant. He never sat on throne. He suppressed the revolts in Doab. He was a religious person. After the death of Behlol Lodi, his son Sikandar Lodi became next sultan. Sikandar Lodi was very generous towards the Muslims and ulemas. He also helped the poor Muslims. But his religious policy towards the Hindus was very harsh and intolerant. He destroyed temples and constructed mosques in their places. He reimposed jizya on Hindus. Do you remember what was jizya? Yes, it was a tax paid by non-Muslims to live in an Islamic state. Dear students, I hope now you can state the religious policy of Sikandar Lodi towards the Hindus. Let us revise again from the slide. He was very harsh and intolerant towards Hindus. He destroyed temples and constructed mosques in their place. He reimposed jizya on Hindus. Good. Sikandar Lodi founded the new city of Agra in 1506 AD and made it his capital. He also shifted the center of power from Delhi to Agra. Sikandar Lodi died in 1517 CE. After his death, his son Ibrahim Lodi became new Sultan. He was an able and brave ruler, but he had to face many rebellions and he could not handle the situation. And number of factors led to the decline of Lodi dynasty in India. Now we will study those factors. First of all, he failed to subdue Rana Sanga of Mewar. Means he could not bring Rana Sanga of Mewar under his control. Ibrahim Lodi wanted to strengthen his military power. So he replaced the old and senior military officers with young and brave officers. Actually, he wanted to strengthen his military position. But this step of Ibrahim Lodi proved to be harmful for him. Many old nobles got displeased, and this became again a reason for his downfall. One more reason was revolt by Daulat Khan Lodi. Daulat Khan Lodi was governor of Punjab. He also revolted against Ibrahim Lodi. Daulat Khan invited Babur, who was ruler of Kabul at that time. Daulat Khan invited him so that he could attack on India. And you know what happened? Babur attacked India. There was a battle between Ibrahim Lodi and Babur. This battle is famous as Battle of Panipat in 1526. Babur easily defeated Ibrahim Lodi as he was getting full support from Daulat Khan Lodi. At last, Ibrahim Lodi was killed in this battle, and this marked the end of Delhi Sultanate and the beginning of Mughal rule in India. So dear students, I hope now you can describe the factors responsible for the downfall of Lodi dynasty in your own words. Let us revise this slide once again. Factors responsible for the end of Delhi Sultanate. First of all, Ibrahim Lodi failed to subdue Rana Sanga of Mewar. Then Ibrahim Lodi replaced old and senior military officers with young and brave soldiers. This displeased many of his old nobles. They also became against Ibrahim Lodi. Then revolt by Daulat Khan Lodi, the governor of Punjab. Then invitation of Daulat Khan Lodi to Babur to attack India. Then invasion of Babur. Babur was ruler of Kabul. defeat of and death of Ibrahim Lodi in the Battle of Panipat in 1526. Dear students, now I will discuss the administration during the Sultanate period. The Sultan was the head of the state. He dominated the central government. He also acted as the chief executive. He was also the highest court of appeal. Like Supreme Court in India. He also appointed many ministers for his help. There were different heads of different departments. Let us discuss some of important departments from this slide. First of all, Diwan-e-Wazarat. The head of this department was Wazir, and he looked after the finance, revenue, taxation, etc., and the entire central administration. He was like the present Prime Minister. So same powers were there. Another department was Diwan-e-Arz. He was the head of military administration and organized the military, conducted inspections and maintained complete discipline. He was like the present defense minister. Another department was Diwan-e-Insha. He was in charge of entire correspondence of the state. First of all, with the rulers of other independent states and his own subordinate official. Then next was Chief Barid. Barids were the spices. They were the ears and eyes of Sultan. They brought different news to the Sultan. One more department was Qazi-ul-Qazat. He was the head of the judiciary, like present Chief Justice of Supreme Court. Then Wakil-e-Dar. It was also an important department. Wakil-e-Dar looked after the personal comfort of the Sultan and his family. He also looked after karkhanas which produced goods required by the royal family and maintained proper records. So dear students, I hope now you can write the main features of administration during the Sultanate period. Let us revise from the slide once again. So the administration during the Sultanate period, Sultan dominated the central government. He was the head of the state. He acted as the chief executive. He was the highest court of appeal. He appointed ministers to run the administration. Okay. Dear students, let us revise once again whatever we have done today with the help of our textbook. Same as earlier, I will ask you a question and you will try to think upon the right answer. Okay. First question. Which Sultan did not rule like a Sultan? Behlol Lodhi. He was also the founder of Lodhi dynasty. And he ruled like a feudal lord. His rule extended from Punjab to some parts of Bihar. Sikandar Lodhi's policy toward Muslims was generous, and Sikandar Lodhi's policy towards Hindus was very harsh and intolerant. He destroyed temples and constructed mosques in their place. He also reimposed jizya on Hindu. Jizya was a tax. New city founded by Sikandar Lodi, city of Agra. And then he shifted his capital from Delhi to Agra. Very good. The last Lodi Sultan was Ibrahim Lodi. He failed to subdue. He couldn't bring under his control. He was Rana Sanga of Mewar. To strengthen his military power, Ibrahim replaced old and senior military officers with young and brave officers. Then, who revolted against Ibrahim Lodi? Daulat Khan Lodi. And Daulat Khan Lodi was governor of which state? Punjab. Daulat Khan invited Babur. Very good. And Babur was ruler of Kabul. Battle fought between Ibrahim Lodi and Babur was Battle of Panipat. It held in 1526 CE. Good. What was the result of this battle? Ibrahim Lodi was killed. Can you guess any other result? Yes, end of Delhi Sultanate and beginning of Mughal rule in India. Very good. Now, administration. Head of the state was Sultan. Sultan also acted as highest court of appeal and chief executive. He was also chief executive. Diwan-e-Wazarat. This department looked after finance and entire central administration. And it was like today's Prime Minister. Department of Military Administration was Diwan-e-Arz. Okay. Barids were spices. They were ears and eyes of Sultan. Head of judiciary was Qazi-ul-Qazat. Qazi-ul-Qazat. What was duty of Wakil-e-Dar? Wakil-e-Dar looked after the personal comfort of the Sultan and his family. Good. Dear students, I hope now you can state the religious policy of Sikandar Lodi towards the Hindus. You can also describe the factors responsible for the downfall of Lodi dynasty in your own words. You can also write the main features of administration during the Sultanate period. Okay. So dear students, you can watch this video lecture again to revise Lodi dynasty and administration during the Sultanate period. Tomorrow, you will know more about the society, economy, religion, language, literature, art and architecture of the Delhi Sultanate. Till then, bye-bye. Enjoy learning. Thank you.